So first step is always the rug. I do have a strip of tape on the rug, as you can see, that goes from one corner to a little further than the middle of the rug. This is just based on how I like the drum set to appear on stage and in the video. First I had that idea set up, and then I put the tape down to figure out exactly how I wanted it to be set up. This throne has 4 feet, so one foot goes in that little box. The other foot, as long as it's on the strip of tape, I know it's centered. Then I just brought in the snare stand there, so the other foot, or the foot of the snare stand, goes in that box with the throne foot. And then the 2 back feet of the snare stand, I don't really need a tape line for that. You can pretty much eyeball that and make sure it's straight. At that point, as you can see, I'm clearly more interested in getting that snare on there, which can be tricky. So anybody who has any questions about that, the first lesson is always free. Info is in the description below. Now I'm getting those pedals going. Look at that little move I did with my foot. I've done that before. I've done stuff like that before. So you put your feet where you want them to be comfortably. Then you try to get your pedals to go where your feet were. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. Once the pedals are in place, see, I'm holding it down with my foot. Then I'm getting that drum on there so the pedal doesn't slide. It's moving a little bit, but once I got it, then I'm pretty much good. Then you saw me moving those legs there. Now this part's very important, so I'll jam here for a minute. I will play around there for a bit and make sure that's good. So now that's good. And as you can see, there's a weight here. I haven't figured out a solution for this that I like better than my 35-pound weight. But I do have a weight there holding the bass pedal. And here I'm sliding in the hi-hat stand. I have a remote hi-hat stand. That's what that cable is. So everybody else's hi-hat stand is just a straight bar connecting the pedal to the hi-hats. But mine, the hi-hats are connected to a cable, which are connected to a pedal that I can move around anywhere I want. This enables my hi-hat to be in the middle, as you can see, which is kind of hybrid. But I like my hi-hat right in the middle, so the remote hi-hat gives me access to that. So as you can see, I have my right foot there on the hi-hat pedal. And right now I'm just, fixing up the rest of the hi-hat. There's 2 splashes there. The pedal placement, the snare placement, the throne placement, none of that will ever change. Ever, ever, ever. Everything else is subject to change based on the drum set that I'm playing on, because this kit is much bigger than what you see here. This is like a mini version of the kit, which is very, very fun to play on. And so, things are going to change. Those splashes are not going to be there. There would be toms there if I wanted to go with the full kit. So now I'm getting that floor tom on there. That takes a little bit of time. You can see the angles on the snare and floor are a little bit weird there, so I haven't finished doing that yet. And I like to fiddle around a lot with that. I like to mess around with angles. So there you see I'm playing around. Maybe I'll move it 1 or 2 more times, but I like messing around with the angle of the floor tom. The angle of the snare a little less so. I like having that slight angle. But there she is. She's done. Threw those mics on there, and she's ready to go.